Hi, it's Linda Jane Green again, and I'm back to spend some time with you again. I hope you're doing well. It's been a week since I saw you last. I hope everything's been going well for you. This past week, I've been reading the Zig Ziglar Born to Win, and he was a salesman for the Everware cookware, and then he became a motivational speaker and an author. He's passed away now. He's written 30 books. This last one, Born to Win, was written together with his son, Tom. And he talks quite a bit about the success goals. Like you have to have an idea and a goal, and then you make a plan for how you're going to reach that goal. And then you take action, and it's plan and then prepare, and then have the expectation that as you take action, you're going to reach that goal. Whether you have setbacks or hardships along the way, you just keep picking yourself up and you keep going. He has a wheel that is a success wheel, and in his book he talks about how each part of your life needs to be balanced. Your finances, your emotions, your health, your family relationships, they all need to be balanced in order for you to be a successful person. Success is not just about making money and having enough money. Not everybody that has money is happy. So I like the book, and I'll be posting things about Zig Ziglar and his success codes and his strategies for how to become successful. But it's really about having a goal and then moving toward it. Like a football team, they practice and practice and practice. They have an expectation that as they do their practices and they learn the skill sets, that they are going to win. He gives an example about an athlete on a bicycle that had an expectation that he was going to win the race, and even though he fell at 45 miles per hour and was bleeding, he got up and he kept going, and he did pass up everybody that had gone on ahead of him, and he did win the race. You have to have an expectation that you're going to win. Otherwise, why even start? If you have a belief system that you're going to fail, there's no point in even starting. You have to change your mindset and have a mindset of, I'm going to do this and I'm going to win and I'm going to be successful, and then have the strategy of, I have to do these things in order to make this goal happen. It's like going to the grocery store and having a grocery list. You go there with the expectation that you're going to purchase those things and come out and have those items with you when you go home. It's very simple, but not really something that everybody thinks about when it comes to a huge success. These little chores, these little tasks, that's kind of like an everyday just to get by lifestyle, but it's the same principles that you would utilize for bigger goals and bigger successes. It just takes longer. I was going to use myself as a reference for goals that I've had and that I've achieved, and that way I can be an example to you. I started taking these health medicines, these health supplements, because I wanted to have more power and energy in my physical body, knowing that I was going to work until I was 70, and 70 is the retirement age. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to run up and down these halls as a nurse and I'm going to compete against people who are 20, 25 years younger than me, I have to keep my skill set up, I have to keep my energy levels up, and I have to have the physical capability of working. Because being a nurse at my job, I'm walking 5 miles, 3 to 5 miles, depending on how many aids they give me. If they give me 2 aids and they work me as the 3rd aid, I'm walking about 5 miles. If they give me 3 aids and I can just stick to the nursing, then I walk fewer miles. I walk about 3. But either way, as I age, I want to have the energy and the physical capability of being able to perform my job. My hair was thinning, and so I thought, well, I'm looking older, and I didn't like my appearance. So then I got good with wearing wigs. So I have about 4 or 5 wigs that I like to wear that changes my appearance and gives me a more youthful look. I did the LASIK refractive eye surgery, and that was a risk, and I had to sign a waiver saying that I was not going to hold the doctors liable if I became blind or if they somehow moved the laser and cut my face and left me a scar. But I used to have to wear glasses all the time because I have astigmatism. Even now, I do still wear glasses. There's a bifocal lens on the bottom of the glasses for reading, and they did tell me that because of my age, it's just a standard thing that your eyes are going to need help reading fine print. There's nothing they can do about that. But I do have 20/20 vision without the glasses now because I did that LASIK eye surgery. I did that a year ago. I've lost 35 pounds because for another reason. I was thinking I don't want to carry this extra fat on me going up and down these halls. If I'm going to have more energy and vitality, and if I'm going to be a nurse and continue to go up and down the halls walking 3 to 5 miles, I would rather not carry this extra weight around with me. It's cumbersome. And by losing the weight, I also caused myself to look more youthful and energetic and vibrant so I could keep up with the people who are 20 years younger than me. And I also changed my walk, which was something I had to practice and work on. But I used to walk with my hips more so side by side, and I looked kind of frumpy and dumpy, and I just was not ready to age. And so I had to do more of a balanced swing with my legs directly underneath my hips rather than walking side to side. I was walking more straight, kind of like in the etiquette classes from way back when people put books on their heads and walked. A lot of my goal set was that I wanted to step it up as far as I have to be productive, I have to be energetic, I have to be vibrant, and I have to do this job. Lately, I've been feeling more like I could actually do this other attraction marketing and sales and things on the side. I am hoping that it will replace my income, but if it doesn't, I'll just continue being a nurse. I might wind up eventually going into home care where I'm in more of a sitting atmosphere, but right now I'm able to do the job that I'm in. The other thing that I did was for a goal that for me was large. 2 years ago, I moved out of my home and I rented it out and I moved into a camper. I did that because I wanted to have a recurring income and I didn't want to have to work overtime at my job to make the ends meet. And I didn't want to have to sell clothes on eBay anymore. I had an eBay store called Linda's Knit Pickings, and I did that for extra income on the side, but it was a lot of work. And I used to work every day of the week. I would do my nursing job, and then I would do purchasing clothes and getting the wrinkles out, photographing, uploading, describing, measuring, selling, packaging, shipping, all of it. And by renting out my house, I was able to have a recurring income from the renters and back off on some of this added stress and added labor that I was doing. The other thing about moving into a camper was it allowed me to downsize, because when my dad passed away 2 years ago, it was a huge burden to me and my sisters that we had to clean out his house. We had to remove all the carpeting because he had allowed his dogs to urinate in there. We had to remove the flooring and put in new flooring, paint the walls. It took about 8 months to clean out Dad's house and disperse all of his life accumulation of books and records and CDs and furniture and pictures, and we're still not done. We have a storage unit that has stuff from my dad's house still in it that we're slowly picking through. And now his house is rented out, so I'm sharing a profit on renting my dad's house with my sisters. So that helped with recurring income also, and I was able to pay off my debts that way. My car is paid off, my credit cards are paid off. I have my utility bills and my mortgage still, but my renters are helping me to pay that. And I just have this goal of being like independent and productive and self-sufficient, and I don't want to be a burden to my kids. And that was huge with me. My dad was diabetic, and when I saw his ailments and his physical problems as he was aging and passing, I thought, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to live that way. So I started working on health supplements, and I stopped eating sugar. I got more vibrant, more energetic. I'm very enthusiastic about life. I know that I'm like a third of, or two-thirds of the way through. Like I'm 59, so if you increment it in 20 years, the first 20, second 20, third 20, if I have 20 more years to go, then I've already lived through 3/4 of my life. And who knows how long I'm going to be alive. I could pass at any time with a car accident, or, I take risks, though. Everybody does. When you leave your home and you get in your car, it's a risk. I drove to Depot Bay by myself, and that was a risk, to be in a car by myself, miles away from home. I didn't know if the car was going to break down. I didn't know if I was going to encounter a weird stranger when I was at the roadside rest, or you never know. Doing the LASIK surgery was a risk, because I didn't know if I was going to be blinded, or if I was going to have scars on my face, if it was going to go wrong. That you do that. I mean, even living in a camper, these walls are very thin, and I feel like I'm vulnerable. The nice thing about it, though, is that I am in my own backyard. What I did was, my house has a 2-bedroom upstairs bungalow, and then it has the studio apartment in the basement. And then what I did was, my youngest son is in the basement in the studio apartment, and 2 of his friends are upstairs renting. I didn't have that situation before. I had strangers living in the house for the first year, and it didn't go well. Now I have people that we know living upstairs, so I feel a lot better about that. I feel safer and more like it's a family thing. But I divided the yard with a fence. And so the renters have the 2-bedroom upstairs, the garage, and half the yard. And then I have the other half of the yard with my son, and the entrance into his studio apartment is on my side. So I am feeling more safe, because I am in my own backyard, and I'm not having to pay rent or lot rent for a camper. I'm not in an RV park. I'm in my own yard. And that way I can oversee what everybody is doing as well. But everything I own is in this camper. So if I should pass, I am not a burden to anyone, because they can just clean up 200 square feet of space and sell the camper and be on their way. And that is really what my goal is to not be a burden to my kids, and to be as healthy and productive as I can possibly be for as long as I can possibly be healthy and productive. The other thing is, I wanted to have time for vacations. I wanted to enjoy the last quarter of my years, however long I live. I wanted to be able to go on vacations. I did go to the West Coast, and I've been posting some pictures about that. I was able to go to Texas and see my 2 older children and my grandchildren last October. I'll post pictures about that. And I want to leave something for my kids, so that there's a benefit to them, that my life somehow was a benefit to people. Maybe it's a benefit to you that I'm sharing these goals and the different things that I have done. Right now I'm doing this sideline selling of the products that I'm taking, because they're working. I have vitality, I have strength, I have energy. I'm walking twice as fast as some of these 20-year-olds that are on my hall working for me as aides. I'm huffing it up and down the halls. I'm in and out of rooms. and I'm not exhausted. And they're doing an 8-hour shift, and I'm doing a 13-hour shift. And I have the vibrancy, the energy, the mental, the thinking where, you know, the synopsis, it's going. I'm juggling 23 patients. I'm answering the phone. I'm answering the door. I'm screening people for COVID. I'm in and out of the rooms. I'm helping toilet people. I'm answering call lights. I'm up and down the hall, walking 3 to 5 miles a shift. And it's because of these products, I'm sure, and also because of losing the weight. But I just want to have the vitality and the vibrancy to keep going. So I became a distributor of these products. And then once I became a distributor of the products, I thought, well, no, I don't want to go door to door to sell these. I don't want to, you know, bug my friends, my family, my coworkers with joining my team or becoming customers even. And so I was looking for a way where I could go about selling the product and letting people know about it without feeling like I was harassing people. And that's how I came across this attraction marketing, and I love it. I'm having so much fun. I changed my screen, so I'm in a teal background with palm trees, and I'm just loving feeling like an actress and like I'm on a stage and I'm performing and letting you know this is possible. Because if I can do this, you can do this. If I can talk to people and reach 400 people, I believe my fan page is up to 435 people right now. So this video can be seen by 435 people plus, because it'll be sitting there. And maybe people stumble across it a couple of months from now. But I would not be able to talk to this many people going door to door or handing out business cards or calling people on the phone that I know from my neighborhood or from my friends, family, and references and referrals from other people. So I'm promoting the attraction marketing. I'm promoting the health products. I'm promoting life, vitality, taking risks, setting goals, being a success in whatever category it is that you're trying to be a success in. Don't settle for mediocrity just because somebody's put a cap on you and said, this is all you'll amount to. This is all you're going to be worth. Set your own heights of what you're going to attain and what you want to do. Set your own goals and make up your own mind who you are and what you're about. Because what goes in your mind and what you think is really where it's at. It's we all have the same abilities. We all have the same capabilities. There's no superhero. There's no magic. There's it's you in your brain and what you believe and what actions you take, what risks you're willing to take to achieve goals. That's where it's at. I'm going to post more about this book. It's Born to Win, Zig Ziglar, and I'll keep yakking at you and posting things on the fan page. And I'll see you again. It's nice spending time with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.